Okay, welcome to the second half of the range bag video. So if this interests you, please stay tuned. All links will be in the description. Please like, share, and subscribe. Now to the intro. And now we're gonna go through my range bag. So this here is my personal range bag. I'm going to say get the size that works for you. I would like bigger, but if I got bigger, I'll carry more stuff in it. So you just have to kind of figure it out. So we're gonna go in this first little side pocket here. See here, and I'll try to include a video of it. So we're gonna go in this first little side pocket here. So what I keep in here, extra batteries. If you remember the video on my EDC, on my bug out guns video, I'll link that here. My 300 blackout eats batteries, so I keep batteries with me. I have a new set. I keep these on me, but I always have a replacement set of Ear Pro. I love these Surefire Ear Pro. Another good thing about them is you can pull this little insert out, the red part here, and you can run comms through it and still have Ear Pro. Let's see here, and I'm saying too much, aren't I? So this here, they're like little chem lights, but they're electric. Let's see if we can see them. So see how that just turns on, it turns red. So that's that, and it's digital. So this one here turns green. So these are just chem lights. They're battery operated, love them. And they're pretty cheap. Okay, and the next one, and I made sure these were empty. So I have the Glock lock. I never use it, but it's the lock that came with my Glock. Because I do videos, I have a little tripod, a little mini tripod for my cell phone. Just put that here, and I can record myself at the range. So not super important, but that's what I carry. Now, I did download these magazines. I keep magazines, and they're normally full because I hate to go to the range and waste time jamming rounds in the mags. It's just a waste of time. You're spending money to be there. You know, you're paying per hour or whatever. Just have your rounds in there, and then you can keep moving in and out. The only thing here that I have different with the magazine is I have one training magazine here for when I use a holster. I'll show you what attaches to this, but this is for, when I'm drawing out of a holster, it's a sensor that goes on here. So I'll keep this out to make sure I show you. So let's zip this back up so nothing falls out. Now, actually, I think this is it here. Yep. So on this side of my bag, I have this guy. This is the Mantis X. Some instructors don't like it. I'm a fan of it, especially during the pandemic when you couldn't go out and rounds are expensive. So this here is kind of like a sensor that goes onto your firearm, and it measures movement. So it can tell me when I pull the trigger, if I jerk the trigger, if I, was healing palming, it can tell me how long it took. It'll beep. It'll tell me how long it took from shot to shot. And what it does is, clear weapon steel, it goes on to the rail of the Glock. Let's see if we can get that on here. So there we go. Okay. So it goes onto the rail just like this. So you just use the app on your phone, iPad, whatever. It works for Android as well. and excuse me, you just switch to dry fire or you switch to live ammo. And so if it's dry fire, it'll be a little more sensitive. And this here works in conjunction with it, which is why I purchased it. So what it'll do is once I punch out and it feels my finger touch the trigger, it's going to assume that that is where the target is. And then it'll start measuring the muzzle movement until the trigger breaks. And once you look at the app, it'll show, I think I have pictures of it. It'll show, and I'll try to insert them here if I do. It'll show the arc of movement of of your muzzle. So it'll say, this is where you intended to make the shot, and this is where your shot broke, and this is all the movement you did in between, and this is how long it took you to do a shot. So it has a few drills on it. You can do time shots or whatnot, and it's pretty cool. Now, let's see here. Let's take this off. Okay, so back to this. So this here allows me to slide it onto the magazine. Let's go the other way. There we go. Okay. So this here allows me to put it on the magazine. So now it's not on the rail, it is on my magazine. And so now when I'm coming out of the holster, so now I can do time drills from the holster. So it'll beep, I go to the holster, come out, bang, 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 bang. All right. So that's what this is. That's what this is for. This is the match. I just turned it on. Nope, turn off. And the good thing about it is it works for a few. I know it works for 22. And like I said, it does dry fire and live ammunition. And it's a micro USB to recharge. And it comes with this little guy. It's two of these in here. It's another one in there, but they just clamp on your barrel and allow you to put it onto a shotgun or another weapon system that might not have a rail to where you can just attach it to. So let's put this mag back before I lose it. All right. So that's the Mantis X, and I'll put a link in the description. They have a couple other cool things that I like as well. Now, on the other side of my bag here is going to be my toolkit. So I never thought that I would need this, but this thing has came in clutch a bazillion times. So this is the Fix-It Sticks toolkit. So it looks like this. I'll take some pictures and then insert them in. And it's just a torch. I can't even say it. It's a toolkit. So I have that in here, and I have a couple of other things in here. So I have this here. I think this is by Fix-It Sticks as well. So this is a tool that helps you level your optic on your rifle. So you basically put this into the rails, and which way does it go? Let's see here. I'm not doing it any justice. Okay, yeah. So you put this part here into your rail, on your rail, and then once you tighten it up, this rises, and this here has a little roller on it. It rises and it pushes up the bottom of your optic to level it out. Once it's level, you tighten the screws on your optic, lower this down, and hopefully shimmy it out. So that's this one. I don't really use this one that much. The one that comes in handy a lot is this guy here. And this is Flying Gains or something like that. So this one here is super simple. So a Marine probably made this. It's too simple. So you slide this on your rail of your rifle. So we're just going to simulate with this here. So it's flat. So you slide this onto the rail of your rifle with the optic on top, and then you just take this little triangle piece that goes into this groove here, and you just take this and you push it in, and simple geometry, this part here levels out the bottom of your scope. You tighten it down, you pull this out. If this is too big, they have a smaller one in here for you, just in case your optic is a little bit lower. And this one here has worked, I'm gonna say 100% of the time for me so far. So I keep this in my kit at all times, just because sometimes you have people that, you know, you're at the range and they're having troubles. So that's why I keep those leveling tools there. And then this, my red dot on my pistol was loose, so I tightened it up. I had tools for it. Or my AR, something was loose on it. I needed to actually put my holster back together. And then I also keep in here the Holosun key for my red dot, so that stays with my kit as well. And so that's always in my bag. So whenever I'm at the range, I don't have to think about it. It's in my bag. All right, so let's put that away. The last external pouch, before we go into the inside, this pouch here is targets. So I print out a lot of targets. We have targets from T-Rex arms. So we have a Thanos. We have a bunch of Thanos. My daughter shoots it. We have some BZO targets, some zeroing targets, some silhouette targets, just targets. You know, I never know, you know, sometimes I have a training plan most of the time, but sometimes you get there and it's just like, oh, I don't really feel like doing that. So I always have targets. Let's see here. What is this? I haven't dug in here in a while. Okay, this, I don't really care for these guys, but this here is a laser bore sight. This one is for 308. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. A lot of the times for me, they get stuck. This type gets stuck in my bore. So I'm looking at getting the one that goes in the barrel and then you kind of tighten it down. I'm looking at that one. I have markers for marking targets, you know, different colors. And over here, I have another Thanar. If you didn't see my bug out EDC video or bug out collection video, this is an extra Thanar. Like I said, I'm buying another rifle, so that's what that's for. I already have it. So, all right. Now we're gonna go into the main compartment, which is here in the center. All right. So this here floats in and out of my bag. This here is a monocular. So sometimes it might be in my car, in my get home bag. But right now it's living in my range bag. And it just allows me to look down, see the target from outside without having to walk down to the target, or if I'm at the range without having to indoor range, I'm not have to bring it back. And we're just gonna pull this stuff out as it's here. So these here, my daughter's optics. I was gonna use them, but she loved them, so these are hers. I'm sorry, not optics, her iPro. Let's see here. This here is sticker targets. So I use these for students, and it's just super easy. Perfect. I've been looking for this plug, so that's where it is. I did a class, needed my computer, and I couldn't find my plug. So I'm glad I did this video. So I use these, and like you can put them on notebook paper, shoot paper plates. I have a whole stack of paper plates there. They're super cheap, easy. I have a few binder clips. And what this allows me to do, some ranges, they don't have the clips, so I have clips. Or if I want to shoot from the prone, I could take 2 cardboards, bring it down, and then use this binder clip to lower the target so that I can still hit paper, you know, while I'm in the prone. Let's see. So that's all on this side. And also over here, there's a little holster for your firearm. Normally I EDC, and I'll just put my firearm in there and we'll keep it moving. Here, next, this is my daughter's Ear Pro. I think this is this is the generic Champion one. If you remember my other video, I didn't know if she was gonna like it, so I didn't really go too much into it. So it's pretty good. She likes it. She forgets how to use them every time, and like I can hear, I can't hear. But it's pretty good. Here's ammo for her .22 rifle. What is this? 500 rounds. And we have tons and tons of loose shell casings. Okay. We have extra binder clips. This here is a camera, a lid camera. So I've used this. You might see some of the video in the intro where you just see my hands. So this here goes in my ball cap, and it just records what I can see. So I have the lid camera in here. What else do we have? More shell casings. My iPro, these are what, ICE? They're just, or ESS. They're just basic iPro. I keep looking at trying to get some Oakleys, but I don't want to be that douchey, you know, shooter guy with the Oakleys or whatnot. And more shell casings. And then here we have my Peltor Sport. All right, so last but not least, in my range bag, we have my Peltor Sports. So I purchased these guys mainly because they have a Bluetooth function on them. I thought it'd be kind of cool to listen to music while I am at the range. I've never done it, never set up my phone with it to listen to music, but it was a cool idea, I thought. Other than that, these are awesome. I love them. They're rechargeable. You just plug a micro USB plug into them here, charge them up. They have a little voice that tells you that they're on and off. The ear cups are pretty good. Like most over-the-ear ear protection, when you're shooting the rifle, sometimes you can bump them out. So I will always recommend wearing foamies or inserts. But another thing that's good about this is I like to wear hats when I'm shooting. So it has this little space up here. So the little, whatever that little divot is at the top of your baseball cap sits in there, so it doesn't press down on your head and, you know, give you, you know, just cause uneven pressure over time. So that's the final thing in my range bag. So now what we're going to do is we're going to get dressed and we're going to go to the range, shoot some targets, and come back and clean weapons. So let me get changed and I'll see you at the range.
Recording. Good. Now.
Now, firearms terminology of the day. Bore snake, a tool used to clean the barrel of a gun. So, hopefully you liked today's video. Please like, share, and subscribe. In next week's video, we'll be going over basic cleaning of your firearm and how do I get geared back up to go to the range again. All right, so see you next week.